The final piece of work for week 5 is, I've got 2 really, is this. It's I've got a big twig from my garden, and I was going to try and have a go at making toa. So they are small painted sculptures, believed to be signposts left by tribes to indicate what direction they've gone off travelling in. So if you go, I don't know, down to the park, but you've not told your mates, and you stick a stick in the ground that you've decorated that they know is your sort of style, or is something that you've made, and you're pointing it in the direction of the park, they know to go down there because that's where you would be. So when Aborigines go walkabout across the sort of land of Australia, these are very traditional little signposts to say where they've gone. They're kept as items now, you don't see many of them, but there's a sort of a more modern version at the top there. If you can have a look, it's like a painted stick. And the other thing I've put on there is a piece of painted wood, because Aborigines paint on lots of different surfaces. So I can list some for you. They paint on sticks, tree trunks, rocks, car doors they've been known to paint on, school doors they've been known to paint on. There is a story that some traditional Aboriginal artists painted some school doors because they were worried that the Aboriginal children were only learning white men's ways, not their traditional stories. And all the symbols, remember, have meaning, so they painted the school doors with the stories of the original Aboriginal people. I've said tree trunks, haven't I, because they do grave posts, so that's a hollowed out tree that represents someone that's died, and they decorate the outside with all these patterns. They're really beautiful. Didgeridoos, they paint those. I don't know if I said shields. They paint shields because they used to go hunting and sort of have fights with other tribes, I think, at some point. Although they're not an aggressive people, they tend to just be hunter-gatherers. So you'd have to ask your history teacher what that means. But mainly that they don't settle in one place, but they move on, they hunt, gather what they need, and then move on again. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at making one of these. Never made one before. Going to paint bits of it. I don't know, might stick some things on. We'll see. Might not even show you if it doesn't work. And one last thing I'm going to have a go at is some sand painting, but I'll save that for when I've finished my toa. So I've cut my twig. I'm thinking of it sitting in the ground, pointing just sort of in one direction. So now I'm just going to decorate it, paint it up a little bit, starting with white. And I've got a hog hairbrush. This is a stiff, whoops, where's my camera gone? This is a stiff bristle brush, and it will attack the texture of the twig and get in all the nooks and crannies quite easily. So I'm going to paint it right up to there, and leave the bottom bit green. In fact, I might go white fairly all the way to the top, maybe. I don't know the correct way to do this. This is just an interpretation of what I see in the picture. I don't know the rights and wrongs. If I had any Aborigine friends, they'd probably just laugh at me. But I think I'm going to go white all over the twig, so that when I put my colours on, it's going to be nice and fresh. It'll show up I'm leaving that little side sheet there because I'm implying that I'm going down my garden and just going slightly off to the left. Got the right way around, yeah. That's it. Okay. That needs to dry for a few minutes. And while that's drying, I've got something else to show you. I'll leave that there for a bit. Earlier on, I don't know whereabouts, there was some information about Aborigines. Oh, it's right at the end actually. Aboriginal artists paint on all sorts of things such as wood, tree trunks, bodies, boomerangs, rocks, car doors. They also do drawings in the sand and make ground mosaics. So I found some sand in my garden and I thought I'd have a go at doing a little sand drawing. Really simple one. Now, the thing about this was I put it in a box and didn't realise it had holes in the bottom because it's a seed tray. So I've dribbled sand right across my living room. However, I shall carry on. Now what I did find was I needed to just dampen the sand a little bit so that the picture I drew sort of, a bit like you do on the beach, it held its shape. So there we go. Started it earlier. I'm going to do a sign here, I think. Using a twig, although I believe they sometimes use their fingers. I don't like the feel of gritty sand though. So there's 2 circles. Come across this side. Quite good fun. Make a mess, I'll just take it outside and pour a little water over it and it all disappears. I'll put my finger in there and see if I can smooth it round a bit. Oh, that looks nice. Makes it stand out more. Wow, that looks good. Like that. So that's a symbol. Look at that. So that's a journey that I've taken along there. Stopped to make a campfire overnight and then carried on my journey. Hope you like that little plaything. Right, this is nearly dry, so now I'm going to start brushing on some other colours. I'm going to put yellow ochre, because that's a very traditional Aboriginal colour. I might go stripy. Should I go stripy? No, I might get dark brown. Brown. Put a little dark brown on. What's 8 o'clock? Oh, 8 o'clock. Got to go and bang a pan outside. Hang on a sec. Even though it's quite rough, that part. Right, quite pleased with that. So this is my little tower. Don't know if I might put some more black spots on or something down the bottom. But this is, no, I might leave that actually. So this is my tower. That's pointing in the direction I'm moving. The blue and white represents the sky and the stars. That says I left at night when the sky was starry. I don't know if it really says that, but I'm making it up. And this is where I'm perhaps living under the stars for the next few nights. And then this bit at the bottom is just my ordinary life that I've left behind for a few days. Gone on a little walkabout. So I might plant that in my garden and see if anybody notices where I've gone. Alright, hope you get to make one of these. Do check with your parents before you start painting their trees and bits and pieces. So, but have fun with it if you can. Do take some pictures, I'd love to see them. Okay, take care.